Evening all, and welcome to episode 83 of Kerbalism. We are here with another tanker. It's got about half the fuel into it because these are quite heavy to lift off the ground, so yeah, my mega lifter doesn't really do a good job, so they've got to use their own engines to get it. But we are here at our rocket factory. The plan is to attach this to that. I'm not sure which end I'm going to do it with yet. I have got a I'm not sure why I picked a construction port. It should have just been a standard docking port, but it's a construction port. And yeah, I'm going to attach it to that. I think. Go and have a look here. If I put it on the end, that wouldn't work. I think perhaps if I was to build the docking port back from there and put it on the nose, might make a bit of sense. That would allow me to dock it together. I'm going to figure it out anyway. I'll figure it out and I'll dock it together. Need that anymore because this is a big mess. And yeah, we're going to dock these two together, and then I'm going to use the fuel that's left in here and what we got a little bit there to hopefully get to Minmus. Landing this beast is going to be interesting, but I hope doable. Minmus has very, very little gravity, so I kind of hope it's possible. So yeah, I will dock these two together and I'll be right back. And here we are on final approach, hopefully. I slapped the docking port directly to the nose of this because it just seemed like the right idea. I can obviously transfer fuel around and move it about and use whichever engines or whatever end I want. I'm just not sure about landing this still. It's going to be a weird thing, but I'm kind of hoping I can make it up as I go and it'll work. Is sort of how my entire space program plans are. So yeah, and there we are. Attached, docked, connected, turn the RCS off. I used up all the RCS fuel in this, so I had to rely on the station doing that. And there we are. We now have 2,416 meters a second. So let me quickly have a look at our Delta V planner. From the low orbit of Kerbal to the surface of Minmus is 1,270. We can get there. Yes, we can get there. Excellent. Don't have to worry about using any of that lithium. Let's turn that off. That gives us a grand total of about 300 meters a second. Might use that engine to slow us down a bit, as I can. But yeah, right. So we need to get to Minmus now, and I'm going to be really lazy, really lazy. So let's set a target and let's just ask MechJeb to do it. I know I shouldn't be lazy, but well, I knew it would happen when I installed MechJeb, so let's use it. Why the hell not? So create node. That says 900 and 819 and 39 minutes? Why is that going up? Oh, what the hell is going on there? Yeah, this is getting confused. Right. Anyway, I will figure this out. Not going to take 30 minutes to burn there. This is being misread. I know what's going on here. I have engines activated at both the front and the back of the ship. So that's going where you're going to push, you're going to pull, you're going to what you're going to do. So yeah, that's where it's confused there. So right, I will deactivate some engines here and there, and I'll see you when we're at Minmus. Well, confusion over, and here we are up at Minmus. Lovely a screen planet below us. We're in an orbit, quite a high orbit at the moment, but that's not really a problem. The thing that I am mostly concerned about here is landing. Now, I'm not sure whether I should land this whole thing in one go or whether I should break it down to 4 parts. The pod descend has a probe core on it. The pod descend has got the capsule. The what was this called? A tanker, which was a failed tanker. That's obviously got a capsule to do with it, and then the main body has one. So I could break it up into 4 parts, splitting the fuel about. Needs about 200 meters a second to land, and I've got 1,000, so I could do that. That's possible. It would mean I'd be landing on these engines here. I'd have to modify bits and pieces, possibly put the engines back down the bottom and land it that way. I can't remember if this part has a probe core to it or not, so I don't really want to split it up into 5. That would also leave me very thin amount of delta V to land, so yeah. But of course the other one is to just land it as a whole. To quite literally just come in on these engines and set ourselves down very gently, put the solar panels away, and then gently tip over. We don't have much monopropellant, so I can't really use that for landing, for falling over. But this does have 2 of these Werner engines, which use liquid fuel. So in theory, I could fall that way and fuck up those engines. I'm just not really sure which way would be a good way to do it. There's risks involved either way. If I split it up, obviously I've got problems with crew because I don't have enough crew. I mean, I think that's got a probe as well. So I've got 2 with probes, and then I'd have 2 there, and I've got 2 pilots, so that would work. But I'm running the risk of not having enough delta V to do it. Whereas this whole craft, obviously coming down as is, would be fine. Although my delta V would go up by splitting the fuel apart because some parts are lighter than others. So it's complicated. It's complicated. It is confusing. Decisions. So after a fair bit of thinking it over, I decided I was going to bring the whole thing in at once. We'll just stop, come in and land on the engine. Everything will go right. Is this the correct decision? Well, let's find out. Well, it's safe to say that did not go according to plan. However, they do say any landing you can walk away from is a successful one, and all three of our Kerbals are still alive in that pod. I don't really know how, but they are. Yeah. Technically this pod has only lost 2 engines, and that's it. So that's possibly recoverable. This was probably going to be recycled anyway. The metal containers I was going to reuse in places, so that's not too bad. I've lost lots of fuel tanks and bits of solar panels and I don't know what. But let's go and assess the damage of other bits that are left. Oh. Well, this is actually relatively intact, if I'm honest with you. We have lost pretty much all of our solar panels, I think. That's a damn shame. I think they've all gone. Yeah, that's a real shame. Could have done with them. We lost some of the engines, but well, we've still got 4 of them. That's okay. And all our engines are attached to the bottom, so this pod is intact as well. Yay! Science bay is good. This is good. Nuclear reactor is intact. One of the radiators is still out somehow. Retract that. Yeah, that's not so bad. I would have liked the solar panels. That would have been nice, but well, kind of everything. And there was one other craft, wasn't there? What on earth was that? Engine. Ah, so we still have an engine there. Right. And what was this other craft? Ah. This, well, this is 10 kilometers up in the air, and, yeah, it's gonna die. So I completely lost that craft. Okay. That's not a problem. Not really. There's our Minmus space. There's the metal storage, 2 kilometers. It's a long way to travel, but we have got rovers and things, so yeah. It's a disaster, it's a terrible landing, but our Kerbals are still alive, that's a good thing, and we can recover things from the wreckage. Let's very quickly have this dive down into nothingness. I've got no control of it whatsoever. So it's going to clearly go kaboom. Not. Are you telling me the RCS port seriously took that impact? Wow. Okay. Oh, that survived as well. Shame the storage bays didn't survive, because lots of food in one of them. That would have been nice. But we're going to have lots of debris around as well, probably. Some pieces dotted around as I zoom in. Where there? What's that? Debris. It doesn't tell you. But yeah. Okay, so we're on Minmus. Woo. Let's figure out how to get this thing over to there now. So I figured the best way to move something this large would be with wheels. It kind of makes sense in my head. It doesn't have the reaction wheel power to stand up to use the engines to do anything, so yeah, I thought we'll just attach 6 wheels to it and see how it goes. There is of course a small problem with this. Due to the way Kerbal attachment system works. What the? That's the stability control from the vector roper thing. Yeah, whatever. We can sort that out later. The issue that is because of the way Kerbal attachment system works, when you attach something to a craft and it's slightly in the ground, which is what I'm going to have to do if I want the wheels to be touching the ground, it's going to cause the craft to flip up, and I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. This is big, this is heavy, this does have fuel inside it, so yeah, I think he's currently weighing, yeah, we got, it doesn't tell me. Yes, it does. Mass. There we are. It's weighing 137 tons. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I could detach the M pod here, but then it can't do anything because it's got no monopeller. Yeah, that really defeats the object there. Right. It is upside down, so not really a great deal I can do about that. Here. Okay, so it is upside down. I can't flip it over. Okay. We are just going to hope and pray that this does not flip up out of control and squash our poor Kerbals. Grab. Gonna have to be something. I've got three spot on here, so I'll put one there, roughly centre to that mark. I don't want it to be difficult to see here. Want the wheel to be like that. I think that's deep enough in the ground. Let's try it. Let's try that one there and see what happens. Here we go. You get a bit of a bounce. Didn't quite attach how I thought. But it is sat on that wheel. That's good. Very good. We'll grab another one. Do the same on the end here. Hold G to grab it. You use the W8S keys when you've got it highlighted green to spin it around or do whatever you want with it. Go, spin it around there. Hold H and it turns blue, and that means you can attach it. When you click, that is actually off the ground. Is actually off the ground. Wow. And of course the brakes are on these because the rover. Oh, okay. Maybe the brakes aren't on them. If you enable the brakes on something when you pull the wheels off, they keep that settings. Those two wheels probably don't have their brakes on. Okay, right. That's not great. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Grab that one, do the same. Catch it. There. It looks as if the weight of the vehicle is enough to stop it from flipping over. So, okay. Let's go and do the same on the other side. Yeah, there we go. We had a little bounce. And I do think the centre of mass on this is forward. Very far forward. Did do anything else? I mean, that's lithium, and this is one giant welded unit together, so I can't really adjust its centre of mass. So yeah, right. So enable steering on the front wheels. I'm going to enable drive on the rear four wheels. And yeah, luckily these rocks, as you can see here, if I go right down to the ground, won't do now. No, but they're not real. They're just bits that are put on there. You don't actually hit them, thankfully. Otherwise, that would have been a very interesting crash. Okay, so here we go. We shall turn off the brakes, and we will start rolling down the hill. Let's see what the steering does work. And the drive apparently works. We're getting a wheel spinning there. That's probably not actually touching the ground. Okay, this is working. This is actually working. I think we're clear of that thing. Nope, not quite. So, yes, this looks as if I have a giant anchor rover. Okay, right. So, MechJeb, you're going to help me out here. MechJeb Rover Autopilot is a fantastic thing. Vehicle, that's away from it. So we don't want stability control because we're technically upside down. We want speed control, and I'm going to tell you to go down to 3 kilometers a second. Drive. Then I'm going to turn on the SAS. Hold it where it is. If I turn on stability control, it will flip over because it's upside down. Technically, you see the ground is up. So it's not going to work. This is going to bounce around like a bit of a nutter and do all sorts of weird things. But we can let that do that. And luckily, the autopilots do carry on when you're not part of them. So, yeah, I think we're all good. Okay. Well, we can't really do a great deal with this thing at the moment. Don't know how to pick it up or do anything with it. I probably need to build something with a big trailer. Okay, and I'm going to target the Minmus tanker, and I'm going to tell this to follow. And we will actually stop. Manually drive around that thing. I tell it to follow. No. I think that might have stopped. I'm not sure why it stopped, because I always thought MechJeb's autopilot carried on when you weren't part of the active vessel. So let's... It does carry on, because I've told this rover to go places before and then switched over. So... Oh, it is. It's just having real problems. Wow. Wow, lots of real problems. This is back. Yeah, this is definitely front heavy. Bouncing, it's wobbling, it's doing all sorts of things. But I reckon we'll get there. It's just gonna take a bit of time. And here we are, up 230 odd meters away from the Minmus base. But you may notice we're not on our wheels. And the reason behind that is because the autopilot doesn't really work with this. It's too large and bulky. I could have done with putting the wheels more forward in it. But yeah, it was bouncing around everywhere and going wrong. So I let it just coast down the hill, basically. I turned the autopilot off and let it just completely coast down the hill. And it got about halfway up the other side. Very difficult to see terrain from distance, but basically from there, go downhill to about here and then comes uphill again. About halfway up, then run out of power and didn't have any more oomph to do anything. So I thought, well, we got rocket engines, let's use them. Turn them on very, very gently, push up to about 10 meters a second at the most. It was fine. until we came over here. You can see a little dark shadow there. There's a ridge. You come up, you go down slightly, and then you come up again. And we came up and went straight over the top and landed here, rolling over and landing on our sort of roof. Nothing exploded, luckily. So our batteries are now charged again. But yeah, we are here at our Minmus base. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I want to stand it up so I can use it as a rocket, but it's just too damn big. I don't know how to get it stood up, unless I can do some trickery with maybe a landing leg or two in places and pump it up. I don't really know, but we'll figure that one out. I do have to go back and recover the other ones. That one. Bring it. I've still got to obviously recover that there and those over there, so I shall do them off camera. I'll recover everything I can. I'll get everything I can up to the Minmus base, and then we'll sort through it and figure out exactly what we need to do in order to make the best out of this situation. Because let's be honest, that landing was terrible, and now we're just gonna sort through the mess. With the recovery underway, I think this is a good place to end this episode. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.